Hello everyone and welcome back. So today I'm gonna do the Elite 4 with a different team than last time, and the team is Scrafty, Gyarados, Espeon, Kangaskhan, Houndoom and Jolteon. I will not show the EV and IV yet, so if you want to see that, then jump to the end of the video, then I will show it, or try and watch the whole video and you will see it eventually. Otherwise, let's just jump right into the Elite 4 and let's start with the first, and I'm gonna use Crafty for this because Crafty is a fighting type and fighting type is super effective against these. So first of all I'm gonna do a Dragon Dance so we can get our speed and attack, and then just drain points all the way. And you kinda only need one Dragon Dance and then you can basically just one shot the 6 Pokemons the first of the Elite 4 have. So that's pretty simple and easy. It's pretty easy to do all of the 4 of the Elite 4, or the Elite 4 except Gary, because he can be a little tricky with this team, but I will show you how to do it when we get to that. Okay, we didn't one shot Lapras, that's all good. Then we have Kyurem and drain points again, and drain points. So if you want, you can use 2 Dragon Dances to be sure to one shot all, or you can just use one and go right through them. You don't need to do 2 Dragon Dances because Scrafty can take the damage. Otherwise, let's go right to the second one, and this time we are going to use Espeon because we need Psychic. And Espeon does have a kinda good SP attack, but we are going to need 2 Calm Minds, which can be a little tricky because he can do a lot of damage. So he didn't do that much this time, then we are going to use one more. And this time we almost died, so we are going to use a full restore. And then Psychic. The reason we want to use 2, I will show you when we get to that. Psychic again. Breloom, then Psychic. And the reason we want to use 2 is because of Gallade, or how to pronounce it. You can't one shot it with Psychic or Dazzling quickly, so with 2 you can use Dazzling Gleam and you will one shot it. Lucario is not effective at any of these, so Psychic is all good. Then we have Keldeo. Keldeo is a water type, so Psychic is a one shot too. And yeah, that's pretty much Bruno, or the second of the Elite 4, very fast. Then we have Agatha, I think it is. We are going to use Houndoom against her. So we are just going to use Dark types. And before we are going to attack, we will use 3 Nasty Plot. I think you can only, or you can do 2 to one shot all of them, but I'm always on the safe side, so I'm gonna use 3. Alright, then we have all 3, because if I'm gonna use one more, you can't raise your SP attack anymore, as you can see. It can't go any higher. So 3 is max of Nasty Plot and it can't go any higher, then we're just gonna use Dark Pulse. and we can basically just one-shot everything right now because we have the nasty plot bonus. Dark Pulse again. Jellicent is a very good Pokemon, but against a super effective move and so much HP attack, it's no deal. Spiritomb is not very effective, or Dark Pulse is not very effective against Spiritomb, but again, with Nasty Plot, we are a sure winner. Gengar is not a big deal either, Dark Pulse, and it's over. Giratina is a legendary, but as you can see, it's 95, and Dark types is super effective. And yeah, that's the third of the Elite Four already, so that's pretty easy. So now we are going to Lance, and Lance is a little more tricky. We are going to use Gyarados against him, and we need to get 5 Dragon Dances on the Gyarados, otherwise it will be a little hard against the Palkia. So let's start. Against Kingdra we are going to use a few Hyper Potions of Full Restore. Just a Full Restore now. Dragon Dance again. And because it deals this much, we're going to use a Hyper Potion, because if it does get a crit or this Dragon Pulse, it can deal a lot of damage and can faint, and then we have to revive and do it all over. Then use a Full Restore again. And the last Dragon Dance. Let's just use a Full Restore to get our health back, and Earthquake. And yeah, then we are going to use Ice Fang against all of the Dragon types, and it should one-shot everything. Ice Fang again. There is a chance that Ice Fang misses, but it's a very low chance. It's 5% chance to miss, I think it is. So it's not very high, but there is a chance. Alright, now we are against Palkia. We're going to use, or no we aren't, use Earthquake and Earthquake again. It doesn't deal much, but to be this. And then we have Dialga. If you want to be on the safe side, then against the Kingdra, use 6 Dragon Dances. 6 Dragon Dances is max you can do, but if you do 6, you can one-shot the Kingdra with the Earthquake, and then you will have a little more HP against the Palkia, because if Palkia use Special Wind, it's kinda over for Gyarados. Otherwise, Earthquake, Dialga, and we are all good. And now we are against Gary. So, as I told you before, Gary is a little tricky with this team, but I will show you how to do it. But before that, let's go and heal up everything we can. Alright, and max elixir on Scrafty so we can get the fighting move. So first of all, you want to switch Houndoom to be first, because we are going to need the Fire Blast against Metagross. Sometimes you can one-shot Metagross with the Fire Blast, and sometimes you won't. So it can be a little tricky if you don't one-shot it, and if you miss, then yeah, then that's too bad. And this time I didn't one-shot it, but let's just use one more and we will fit it. Against Tyranitar we are going to use Kangaskhan, and Tyranitar is stronger than this Kangaskhan, and I would use Tyranitar instead of this Kangaskhan, or I would use example Guard Jump again instead of this Kangaskhan. I used the not the Tyranitar but the Guard Jump the last time, so I wanted to use something else and I choose Kangaskhan. We're going to use Earthquake, and if we are unlucky we're going to lose against Tyranitar and we won. If Tyranitar did use, I think it's Earthquake or something, it will deal a lot of damage to Kangaskhan and we would lose, but I have done the Elite Four 6 times now with this team and I won every time with Kangaskhan. Anyways, we are against the Alakazam, and against this one we are going to use Jolteon. You could use Voltorb instead of Jolteon. The only reason we are going to use Jolteon is because it's very fast. It's faster than Alakazam, and we are going to use Thunder Wave. And it doesn't matter if this dies or faints, so we are going to use Sand Attack to. After it's fainted, we are going to use Houndoom, and we are going to use Dark Pulse. This time it was fully paralyzed, but you can be unlucky and it can one-shot you afterwards, but normally 200 health is usually enough, so nothing big deal about that. And now we are against Slaking, and now we want to use a revive to revive Jolteon. The reason why we didn't use or we didn't switch before is if we did switch against the Alakazam, then Alakazam would have a free chance to one-shot the Houndoom. And again, we're going to use Thunder Wave. We did die, but that's no big deal. It doesn't matter if our Pokemon faint at this moment or at this point, so we're just going to use as much damage as we can. And Hammer Arm. And we're going to use Gyarados now. And then we're gonna use the Waterfall again. And we won that. And now we're again to Guard Jump. I do believe Guard Jump is a lot faster than Gyarados, so because of that, we're just gonna use something and switch into Scrafty. And then we're going to use Drain Punch. Well, actually, we're going to use one Dragon Dance to increase our attack and Drain Punch again. And Drain Punch. And for the 4th time. Now it's Arceus. Arceus is pretty fast, so we are gonna heal up. This time it was a critical, that's pretty unlucky, so let's heal again. Stone. It didn't do much, so Drain Punch now. This time we did a lot of damage, and Drain Punch. As you can see, Drain Punch heal up a lot, and since we have leftovers, it heals even more. And for the last time, we're going to use Drain Punch. And yeah, that's Gary at the Elite Four, or all the Elite Four. It's not that bad, but it can be hard if you don't know what to use. At first I didn't know what to use at all, so at the first 2 attempts I actually lost pretty easy against Gary, but I found a way to beat Gary pretty easy with this team, and as you can see, it's all worked out. And if you can't do it the first time like I did, then just try again and you most likely will win. Otherwise, you wanted to see the EVs. Actually, before the EVs, I'm gonna show you the stats. So the stats is these. I do use Timid nature for almost every Pokemon because I like the speed and not just the damage. Then we have Gyarados, Scrafty, Kangaskhan, Espeon, Jolteon. So if this was too fast, you can always pause the video and check the stats. And the Eevee and Ivy. Houndoom is EV'd in SP attack and speed, and it is fully IV'd. Then we have Gyarados. It's fully EV'd in attack and speed, and fully IV'd as well. Scrafty, fully EV'd in attack and speed, and fully IV'd. Kangaskhan, EV'd in attack and speed, and fully IV'd as well. Espeon, SP attack and speed, and fully IV'd. And last we have Jolteon. It's fully EV'd in SP attack and speed, and fully IV'd as well. So everyone is fully IV'd and EV'd. IVs do a lot of the stats, so keep that in mind. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Also that I spoke this time that I didn't do last time, and I will upload another video of the Elite 4, or I will try and do a couple with a different team with no legendary. Also I will do some legendaries in the Elite 4, also some solo teams as of Mewtwo solo and Suicune solo and such, so stay tuned for that. Also I'm thinking about doing a new giveaway, but I'm not sure about how to do it yet. So if you have any suggestions, then leave it down in the comments and I will check them out. And if I'm going to make a new giveaway, I will make it at December 25. So in 1 to 2 days I'm going to make a new giveaway, and the giveaway will last until sometime in January. I'm not sure yet, but be until the 2nd January or maybe the 1st January, right after New Year. Otherwise, happy Christmas to everyone, and I catch you guys in the next video.